Hi, my name's Emily. Thanks for joining me on the mat today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new flows every week. For today's flow, we're going to be trying to invite some more freedom into our upper back and our shoulders, which I know can be a little bit of a challenging area for a lot of us as we sit at desks, look at computers, etc. So hopefully this will bring you a little bit of ease in that part of your body. All right, let's get going. Okay, so when you're ready, just come down onto your mat, on your belly, and place both hands on top of each other so you can rest the forehead. And we'll just pause here. I always like to start the class with just a moment to really arrive on the mat. A moment to get all the wriggles out. Adjust your body as you need to. And then once you're comfortable, just taking a few easy breaths. All right, you can lift your head. We're going to start by taking the right arm out to the side and then bending at the elbow to create a cactus shape. So shoulder and elbow will be in line. And then roll your body over onto the right side. Perhaps you bend this left leg behind you so you can find a stretch to the front of your chest on the right side. Just keeping it gentle, given it's the beginning of class. Start to come back to center on your belly. Cross left arm all the way over to the right. Just a bit like Spider-Man, bend your right knee. And then open into a twist, taking right hand all the way over to the left. What was the left? And then we'll come back to center. Come back onto your belly, this time setting up with the left arm. Elbow is in line with the shoulder and elbows bent. Then roll yourself over to find a stretch through the left side of your chest, using the top, the right leg, just to give yourself a little bit of leverage, remembering to be gentle. And then coming back to center, this time right hand reaches all the way over to the left. Spider-Man climbing the imaginary tall building with the left knee being bent, and then left hand comes all the way to open you into a twist. And then start to come back to center. Adjust yourself so you're on your belly again. Take your hands either side of your mat, come up onto fingertips. Squeeze the buttocks to anchor the hips in place and then lift the chest. Just as much or as little as feels good for your spine. Then roll back down. We'll do that twice more, rolling up and rolling back down. Once more. And as you come down, reach both hands forward. Stretch through the arms and then drag the elbows to come underneath shoulders for Sphinx pose. See if you can make this an active pose, so buttocks is squeezed and arms are really pulling back in space, but of course are stopped by the friction of your mat to better bring the heart forward. And then you might like to add on looking over each shoulder, just inviting a little bit of extra movement if it's comfortable for you. I'm trying to create some freedom in the upper back, so slow, controlled, easy movement. Once you're even side to side, come back to center and then release yourself down into the mat, hands by your ribs. Press up into all fours and then drag your fingertips back as you sit onto your heels. Take your fingertips behind you, lift the chest, look to the ceiling, and then come back upright. From here, interlace the fingers behind your back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, again this time finding a back bend without the support of the fingertips on the mat. Feeling strength in the upper back, between the shoulder blades, and openness across the chest, collarbones, and release. Keeping the hands with fingers interlaced. Let's bring the fist of our hands over onto the right waist. And then from here, just gently tilting your head towards the right. Perhaps you find a little bit of sensation of opening on the left side of your neck. Again, these can be kind of challenging parts for some of us, or sensitive parts, so just being gentle. And then come back to center, rolling the head forward, and then come back upright. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Enjoy the opening across the chest. And then take your fist over into the left side waist. This time we'll take the head over towards the left shoulder, opening through the right side of the neck. You might feel it's different from side to side, might feel more or less flexible one way or the other. Don't try and force sides to match, just bring that side of your body what it needs. Roll the head forward and release. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest and release. So now we're going to come down into a little ball and bring elbows to the mat, fingertips on the shoulders. Okay, so from here, take right elbow forward, up towards the ceiling, back in space, and then down. Doing that movement one more time, and as you take it high and create the twist through the upper back, also use the left elbow to push open the chest. So you can kind of use both arms as a little bit of leverage for getting as much movement as possible. Walk the left hand forward, come into that all fours, but this time it's threes. And release the hand from the shoulder, reach the right hand up and around. And the same on this level. Open the chest using the strength of your left arm as well. Excellent. As you come back to all fours, this time we'll take right arm out to the side and then thread it in between your legs and your left hand, bringing the right shoulder down to the mat. You might stay here. You might like to walk the left hand or the left fingertips towards the top of your mat to thread the needle. And I like to make this pose quite active in a way by imagining that I'm really pressing hard with the right hand down into the ground. That way I feel like I get a little bit more twist through my spine. Just experiment with it. Walk the left hand in if it's not already. Lift yourself up and open the right hand towards the ceiling. And then bring it back down. Drag the fingertips back as you sit on the heels. Fingertips for support. Lift the chest. Find your supported back bend. And release. Hands to shoulders. Bring elbows down. This time left elbow goes forward, up and around, and using right elbow for a little bit more leverage. bit more strength to open, and the second big circle, as big as you can make it. Excellent. Right hand comes forward, come into all fours, then take left hand forward, up and back. Once more. Come into all fours for a moment, and then take left hand out to the side and thread the hand in between legs and right hand. Bring left shoulder down onto the mat and walk the right hands forward. Hands, one hand. And again, check in with that strength or that extra leverage you're getting in the pose by pressing the back of your left hand down into the ground and trying to open your chest more and more towards the right or even towards the ceiling. Walk your right hand back in and then lift the left hand towards the ceiling. Bring it back down, drag fingertips as you sit on the heels. Have them for support behind you, lift the chest. And release. Okay. We want to try and lift right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, right fingertips, and then let it come down. Then come into high kneeling, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, left fingertips, and then bring it back down. Step the right foot forward, kneeling lunge, right shoulder lifts, elbow, wrist, fingers, and then bring it back down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, left shoulder lifts, elbow, wrist, fingertips, roll down. Step forward into standing, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingertips, and then let it come all the way down into a forward fold. Fingertips with support as you lift the chest on your in-breath, and then out breath, forward fold. We'll do that one more time. Lift the chest and lower. Step the feet to the back of the mat. Knees can be up or down for your push-up. Lowering yourself all the way to the mat. Squeeze the buttocks, lift the chest, cobra. And then press back, finding downward facing dog. Pedal through the feet. And then bring knees down to the mat, untuck the toes, sit back onto the heels. Fingertips for behind you, lift the chest. Come back to center. Left shoulder lifts, left elbow, wrist, fingers, and let it come back down. High kneeling, right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, fingertips, and roll it down. Step forward with left foot, kneeling lunge, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, roll it down. Tuck right toes underneath, lift the right knee, right shoulder, right elbow, wrist, fingertips, and then roll that down. Step it forward, find standing, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingertips, and roll it down, forward fold. Lift the chest, look forward, and float it back down into your forward fold. Once more, lift, inhale, and lower, exhale. Step the feet to the back of the mat, finding a push-up of your choice. Lowering down, this time you might want to come back to Sphinx pose, coming onto the elbows, drawing the chest through between your upper arms. And then pressing back to find downward facing dog. When you're ready, you can step or hop into a cross-legged position and sit down onto the mat. Have your feet or your legs out long in front of you. We're going to reach forward and lean back. Bring right knee into your chest and then step the right foot down onto the mat. I like to measure that my left thigh and right foot are hip distance apart, so maybe 2 fists apart. You can adjust. Have your right hand behind you for support. Take the left hand high, twist towards the right and hook left elbow over right knee for Marichasana C. I want to create some leverage here as well between the knee and the elbow. So right knee is trying to escape over to the right and left elbow is making sure it doesn't escape. Pulling it back in towards the midline. Reach the left hand high. Let the right knee escape now and take the right hand a little further behind you so you can lift up on right shin and left foot. Reach back with the left hand for a little side plank variation. And then bring buttocks back down. We'll sweep all the way forward. Left hand plants behind you this time. Right leg comes back up and find Wild Thing. Outer blade of the left foot is supporting you and the toe tips of your right foot. Squeeze the buttocks to lift the hips. And then place the buttocks back down. Again, we'll reach forward and lean back. Right foot goes long. And then bring left foot in and place it down. Again, doing that little measure if that felt comfortable for you. Take left fingertips behind you for support. Raise right hand high. And then twist to the left. Take right elbow and hook it around left knee. And then straight away, finding the extra resistance. Left knee is trying to escape this time to the left. And right arms taking it back in towards the midline. Reach the right arm high. Let the left knee flop out to the side. Left hand behind you for support as you come up on left shin and right foot. Squeeze the buttocks, lift the hips. And then place the buttocks back down. Reach all the way forward, all the way over to the right. Right hand for support. Then finding Wild Thing on the other side. And then sit down. Reach forward, lean back. Lengthen the left foot forward. And then bend both knees. Reach forward to take hold of the outer blades of your feet. And then just maybe walk the heels forward a little. Let the head come in towards the knees. Let this be an opportunity just to release. It doesn't have to be the biggest, the best, the most amazing forward fold. It's just nice to do a symmetrical pose after we've done a few asymmetrical ones. It makes me feel a little more balanced. And then walk back with your fingertips. Find a comfortable seated position. So you might like to have a pillow underneath you or a rolled up blanket to lift the hips. I like doing that usually. And then I thought we could just do our final relaxation seated today. So whenever you're ready and you found a comfortable position, close down the eyes. And I just want us to have the opportunity to feel into the changes that we've made in our body. To have a moment of silence of introspection, a moment that's just for ourselves. Just letting yourself enter into that quiet space within you. Take a deeper breath, just to bring your senses a little more into the physical. Bring your hands to heart center. You might touch thumbs onto your sternum. Maybe that gives you a little lift. Just seal the practice with a big deep breath in and let it go. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. Please subscribe. I put up weekly flows so that we can keep practicing together. And leave a like and a comment. Tell me how you went. I hope you feel lots of freedom in your upper back and your shoulders. And I'll see you soon on the mat. Bye.